Hello, Peter McCaul.
Hey,
Welcome to the Entrepreneur's Journey. This is the first in a series we're going to be doing of these interviews, talking to people about their businesses and where they are. And I think you have a particularly interesting story to tell around COVID and post-COVID, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, let's just talk about you first, Peter. Tell us a little bit about Péarlaí.
yeah, with Péarlaí was sort of spun out of a few other different businesses over the past, and it was born through we actually asked our customers if they had a magic wand, what would they want to do, and with that knowledge, we went out into the marketplace searching for a solution, and down through a windy, slow road, we eventually got there in the end. But yeah, we use a unique patented RFID technology, which does exactly what our clients had told us they wanted to do with a magic wand, which we'll probably touch on later.
Yeah, great. So your clients, so you've always been in the retail sector or property, or where did that come from?
Yeah, shop me personally or the
Yeah,
business?
yeah, you personally, yeah.
No, but I actually used to own bars and restaurants back in the good old Celtic Tiger days.
Ah, there you go.
Suddenly there was a slight dip in the economy around 2007, 2008. People stopped going to pubs as much, which is a big thing in Ireland, as you can imagine. Well, throughout Ireland and Britain, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that ended that tenure within the hospitality trade. But I always had an idea in the hospitality trade, which started my journey in the technology. The idea was, I think I've told you this before, anyway, Simon, but there's a bar up in Newcastle upon Tyne
Mm-hmm.
that when you walked in, if you bought 4 pints, you pressed a button on the bar and you either got 1 pint free, 2 pints free, 3 pints free, or 4 pints free.
Wow.
This pub was always packed. So I thought that was a great idea. So I took that idea and expanded it. And it's the same type of premise. You go walk into a bar or restaurant, you buy the starter, the main, the dessert, the whole lot, and you might get the starter free, the main free, the dessert free, or the whole lot free.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
We elaborated that into hairdressers, butchers, clothing shops, and yeah, it was a great idea, and everybody loved it apart from the staff. And this is the whole uh, journeys you experience in business. It's often the simplest thing that are actually the downfall of the business.
Yeah, yeah.
What happened was when you bought the deal, you pressed a button on a tablet, but we couldn't get the staff to bring out the tablet.
Okay.
Just asking them to do that one extra step that wasn't in their job description, there's like, I'm not doing that. So
Got it, got it.
it helped us in the next stage then to go to, how do we alleviate this problem?
Mm-hmm.
So let's put it into touchscreen kiosks,
Okay.
which then led us into shopping centres. So spend £30 in this shopping centre, go to the kiosk, press the button, and it'll randomly allocate you a free coffee at a Costa or 10% off in Next, and
Got it.
drove traffic to all the retailers within the shopping centre. So
Great idea.
everyone was happy. But then that that expanded again with the centre managers, then said to us, this would be even better if you could collect data. So building up customer profile. So we changed the model where, so for your chance to win an iPad, enter your details here, then the shopping centres and the retailers could get a better understanding of the demographics of the visitors to their centre.
Yeah.
I think it must be 5-6 years ago now, I first got wind of GDPR, realized that business model wasn't going to work. And then that brought us to, right, okay, all these shopping centres that we deal with, if you had a magic wand, what would you want? And the resounding response was, we would like the same capabilities as online retailers.
Oh,
So to
okay.
be able to
Okay.
identify our shoppers, know who they are, know where they go, know how many times they visit, but more importantly, be able to engage with them and measure the effectiveness of those engagements, which is ultimately what we do now.
Awesome idea. So that's Pearlai's raison d'etre right now is shopper engagement, knowing where they are in a shopping centre. So let's just switch for a second just to the COVID scenario, because I know we've had a conversation prior to this. So you are able to tell in one of your partner shopping centres how many people are in a centre, how many people in fact are in a store at any particular point in time, and collect the data, right?
Yeah, and even how long they dwell in a specific store. So again, at the beginning of COVID, we sat down with all our clients and asked them what challenges they were going to have. And I think everybody was having the same problems with the queuing. It wasn't too bad at the start because the weather was good and some people didn't mind queuing, but obviously coming into the winter, queuing isn't as comfortable for most people. So we sat down and we said, how can we alleviate queuing? How can we provide the retailers with the data to know how many people are going to visit their shop, how many are actually in their shop? How can we set alerts to capacity alerts and so on? And therein was born Péarlaí Protect. So we give the shoppers, so we have a VIP system, and the shoppers can log into their own personal account, select which shops they want to visit on any given day, and then they book a time slot. So they can rock up, they don't have to queue up, they just walk past the queue and on in. And on the flip side of that, the retailers know in advance how many people are going to be visiting their shop.
Got it.
And again, if a shop has only a specific capacity, they can send alerts that when we reach 80% capacity, let the guy in the door, the security people or whatever know, stop people coming in. So very, very simple, but very, very effective. And
wow, that's incredible. Yeah. Love it. So a real COVID security system, if you like, to make sure you're not breaking the rules and allowing too many people into your center or your store. Yeah,
and plus the ability, so we also have the ability, because we know when they're in store, that we can engage with the customers. And again, it's keeping the customers safe, and it's keeping staff safe, that they can engage with their customers in a safe and social manner. But I suppose one of the big things is measuring the effectiveness of those engagements. So I send Simon a message. Does Simon actually enter the store after receiving that message? And that's one of our major metrics. So when we started, we were aiming for a 5% conversion rate of getting people into the store, and that was based on a good online being 2.5. We currently average 27% conversion rate, which.
So I'm in the shopping centre. I'm walking past a particular store, Adidas, for example, or whatever it happens to be. You send me a text message that says 25% off today in the Adidas store in X shopping centre. I go in, get my discount, and you're able to monitor and gather all of that data.
Yeah, we know.
27% conversion rate.
Yeah, huge.
That's amazing.
But when you think about it, it just makes perfect sense. So when a shopper signs up to become a VIP, they decide which shops that can send them messages. They decide how many messages they get per visit, and they decide how often. So you don't walk into a centre and get bombarded.
Yeah.
You decide everything. And when you arrive in the centre, you're only receiving messages from somebody that you say you want to get a message from. Wow. And hey, that store is either right in front of you or around the corner. So it's the right message at the right time about the right products. So
that's incredible.
Very, very simple, but very, very effective.
So how has COVID been for the business, Peter?
Yeah, I suppose, look, with any business who deals within retail, it's been challenging. Like basically all our customers had to shut down on and off. Like here in Ireland, they're all currently shut down now, bar essential stores. So it's been challenging, but with the technology we use a patented RFID technology. We always knew that there was other opportunities to use it in different sectors. So the lockdowns gave us the opportunity to explore those opportunities. So we've since launched a facilities management solution where we monitor cleaning and security staff, where cleaning staff have to clean the toilets every 40 minutes. Security staff have to do a lap every hour and whatnot. So very, very accurate. It's as simple. We give them a name tag. We install our hardware throughout, and we know exactly where they are and how long they've spent, and we can activate triggers based on what our clients want. So,
wow.
Brilliant. We've also had a random, a bit of a left field one. We were approached by a charity organization, and while we were always retail focused and now a little bit of facilities management, the charity sector wasn't something that we were engaging with.
Yeah.
But when we looked into it further, it turned out it was the ideal client. So I haven't really touched on it, but what we do is we give shoppers a physical key ring, a little tiny key ring, half the size of a packet of Wrigley's, and which gives them the discounts all year round and so on and so on. But we brand these little key fobs now with whatever a particular charity thing, and people are proud to show that they are supporters of an individual charity. And it gives the charity the ability to engage with them, know who their shoppers are, who's visiting. And in a scenario, if you know that 77-year-old Betty visits your shop 3 times a week, well, Betty's the ideal candidate to be a volunteer. or married woman of 2 children, the ideal candidate maybe do a bake sale, or a 27-year-old male is the ideal candidate to do a parachute jump. So look, like retail, the ultimate goal is knowing everything about your customer and providing a better service for them. That is ultimately what we do. We help our clients understand who their customers are and give them a better service, more personalized service. But so COVID has been challenging, but has presented a number of opportunities which are going very well now, to be fair.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I think of all the interviews I do, and I've done, kind of 120 odd interviews since COVID started. I think the one message that's come out of everybody is it's allowed us to diversify slightly. We've done this, we've created something we wouldn't have created had it not been for COVID, whether that's because you were closed for a time or whatever else it might be. So yeah, brilliant. That sounds like a great suite of solutions. Peter, not just available in Ireland, right? So you're available globally.
Yeah, so we do UK, Ireland. We've just at the beginning of COVID, actually through 24 months of due diligence, we signed a contract with Sony Sierra. Sony Sierra, they're one of the largest retailers in Portugal with 5 billion turnover. So again, timing couldn't have been worse. Like 2 years due diligence, signed the contract on March, beginning of March. And then it wasn't too bad. We actually went over and did the installation. It's at a place called Guimarães in North Portugal in August time. A little ray of hope, but then obviously second wave comes and we're sitting there waiting to go. But it's another big opportunity. We have partners in UAE, South Africa, Australia, and Brazil as well with us.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so COVID has given us the time to just streamline the whole company and obviously enter a few new markets, and we're very excited about.
Fantastic.
Who knows when we're going to get open, but the next few months.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the next couple of months we'll start to see lockdown lift, and hopefully we'll get back to some element of normal. But you're right, so your product in summary is all about consumer engagement in a retail environment. Plus, I like the facilities management one. That's a really neat angle on that. Same hardware, I guess, same technology, just rolled out in a slightly different way.
Yeah, it's the exact same. It's all about keeping staff safely. So one of the clients we're dealing with, they have refrigerated areas, and then we're able to tell them that staff member A has been in there 15 minutes more than he should have. He needs to go to be checked to make sure he's safe. He hasn't whatever. So it literally all is about staff safety. We have a very accurate evacuation process. Where obviously factories might have the odd false alarm, smoke alarms, or steam going off.
Yeah,
we can tell them, look, 2 of your staff aren't out, but we can identify exactly where they are. They may be lying sleeping, I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Or they may be in trouble. So yeah, great idea. Brilliant suite of products, Peter. There's a much longer interview in here somewhere, I'm sure, but we wanted to keep this one reasonably tight. So I thank you very much for your time. Really great to hear about the products, and I wish you good luck with the opening up of Portugal again, so you can roll out the rest of the solution.
Yeah, thank you, Simon. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll do an hour documentary the next time.
Terrific. Sounds good to me. Thanks, Peter. Really appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks, Simon.
Yeah, speak soon. Take care.
All the best.